Mars, our action hero, has gone rogue as it began its retrograde in December. Now the hero faces off with the Lord of the Underworld as it opposes Pluto. Expect volatility, power struggles, and drama. I am here to share the secrets you need to know and to break this down for all 12 signs. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. If you enjoy my work, please show your support by leaving me a like, a comment, subscribing, and pressing the notification bell. Watch more of my videos. All of that brings attention to my channel, helps me grow. You can also say thank you by buying me a tea, a coffee, a present, anything like that. I appreciate that. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're not new, thank you for being here even more. I have recently hit 20,000 subscribers, which is double compared to me hitting 10,000 in the beginning of 2024. So I love all of you and I appreciate all of you being here watching my videos. Before we dive in, if you're looking for personal guidance, you have questions about the year coming up, I am running a discount until the end of the month. You can save $20 on the year ahead readings with a coupon code in the description, or $40 by picking up a recorded reading in the shop section of my website. You can also get a natal chart or relationship reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. You can pick up my 2025 planner. It has 223 pages filled with insights about astrology, about transits, about positive dates, challenging dates, pages to set intentions, pages to maximize your year, write your to-do list. Practical and good for learning. As a Virgo, this is my perfect thing, perfect for me. Additionally, as we are in the Mars retrograde period, and Mars will be retrograde until late February, I highly recommend my Mars Cazimi candle. It captures Mars in Scorpio, the sign of rulership, conjunct the sun. Empowered, when the planet is exactly conjunct the sun, it is empowered, it is strengthened by the secrets and stories the sun is telling it, which is actually the opposite of what we're in right now, which is, like I said, rogue warrior, sort of lost warrior going through an identity crisis. Mars Cazimi could be perfect for you if you are struggling, expressing frustration right now, feeling a little bit aimless, unsure, insecure. It can help you find courage, discipline, and passion. It can help you start and finish any physically heavy, competitive, or projects that require ambition. Especially good if you were born with Mars retrograde, or if you were born with Mars in Cancer, Taurus, or Libra, signs of the fall in detriment, Mars conjunct, opposite, or square Saturn, Mars in the 12th or 8th houses. Pick one up. AnastasiaDoesAstrology.com has it all. I mean, I put a lot of love into my creations and I stand by them and believe in them. That's why I have two of them. Two right here, lit up. Okay, so the exact opposition between Mars and Pluto occurs at 2:21 a.m. Eastern on Friday, January 3rd. It is happening at 1 degree, 8 minutes of Leo and Aquarius. It will affect you the most if you have planets between 0 and 4 degrees fixed signs, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio. And even though it happens on Friday, January 3rd, the two got within 3 degrees, which is a pretty close range, on December 25th. So you may have already been feeling it for a while, and it only continues to build until January 3rd. It's within 1 degree starting December 31st. And then until January 6th, early morning of January 6th, Mars leaves the sign of Leo, retrogrades into Cancer, which will likely feel like energetic shift. So Mars is the warrior, right? When Mars conjoins the sun, when Mars is in the Cazimi phase, it is Mars being purified. So first the planet goes through combustion as it approaches the sun, because the sun burns it and cleanses it, and the planet is considered weak. But then when the planet hits the sun, it is empowered, because the sun, being the light and the guiding force in the universe and in our chart, sets the planet on its journey. It gives the planet a mission, right? It gives the planet a noble truth to follow. So every planet goes through a bunch of journey, right? It travels, travels, travels. And then at some point when it closes in on the opposition with the sun, it's like a child that is growing and the parent is the only source of light for them for a while until they hit puberty, right? And then it's like you learn of yourself through opposition and you're opposing authority. So Mars, when it's retrograde, it's in the opposition phase with the sun. It's actually going to oppose the sun in January, which is the middle point of the retrograde. But it is the soldier that, let's say, you know, the soldier or the child that believed Santa exists and then they found out he doesn't exist. You probably find that out before puberty. But like you know, you sort of see your heroes fall down. And for the soldier archetype, it's the soldier that was sent to war by the king under the guise or the idea or even the truth that it was like a noble fight, and the soldier has seen a lot, it has experienced a lot, it has lost its friends, he no longer knows what he believes, right? So Mars is currently in this state of like, who do I fight? Where do I go? There's like a sense of uncertainty. And so on a personal level, we're maybe questioning things, we're maybe feeling a little insecure, we're dealing with irritation, our energy goes up and down, we don't always know how to express ourselves. So there's like very much quite complicated energy here. And Pluto is the lord of the underworld. Pluto is the lord of secrets. Pluto knows the truth, right? Pluto is also intense and powerful. And it's almost like the soldier against the king of the underworld, and the lord of the underworld might try to like sway you to his side and take you into the underworld with him, or you may oppose him. And so if you think of this, right, what's interesting too, because when Mars is retrograde, it often makes aspects 3 times. So we've had the first Mars-Pluto opposition on November 3rd. So what was happening at the end of October, early November. And then we'll have the final one on April 26, 2025, 4 days before, 4 days after. And so this is the middle opposition. And so the first opposition could have introduced an issue back in November. And now you're like in the swing of it, trying to figure things out. And then the final opposition in April can bring you answers. So it's important to kind of consider where we've been and where we're going. And so thinking of this like soldier versus the lord of the underworld, right? It builds passion. It brings up intensity. You feel so driven. You feel so motivated. And so you can direct this motivation towards like healthy pursuits. That's sort of a way of dealing with it, right? Like work on self-control, work on transforming yourself, work on being sort of courageous and strong while sticking to high morals. Take the high ground. Do not, because like, once again, if the lord of the underworld is taking you over, you might be more driven to lie or cheat or manipulate. You might get an opportunity to do so. And so you'll be tested. Whose side are you on, right? Are you on the side of the noble warrior, or are you on the side of the corrupt warrior, right? So strong passion, use it to achieve your desires, use it to fight for the little guy, use it to sort of, pursue also projects and work that helps others, because that is the best way to go about it. You may be in danger of, Pluto can come at you as other people. There might be people testing your patience. There may be people fighting with you, being passive aggressive. Oftentimes it's an opportunity to like examine how you react and examine what maybe you're doing to attract that behavior. So it's an opportunity to like transform yourself, because you can't really transform other people. But Mars is a physical planet, right? And if Mars is threatened, Mars can lash out. So there is quite literally a danger of violence. There is danger of fighting. There is danger of like, line at the post office gone wrong. So once again, retreat, be high-minded, step away, meditate, right? It could be a great time for like therapy, honest conversations, journaling, and once again, sort of working through any type of issues, any buildup of tense energy, and perhaps like committing to things that you're passionate about. If you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. We are going to break it down for all 12 signs now, but this is a more general horoscope. If you ever want to know what the year has in store for you, or what your natal chart says about your karmic purpose, or how to best navigate your relationship energy, you can always find answers at anastasiadoesastrology.com. So let's start with Aries rising. For Aries rising, Mars, your chart ruler, is in the 5th house, and it will oppose Pluto in the 11th. This feels like drama and tensions with friends, like some kind of power struggles. You may be discovering secrets. You may be finding that somebody lied to you or cheated you out of something, or slept with your crush or something. And so it creates a sense of pressure on the relationship. There might be challenges and disagreements with friends, or even challenges around your dreams, as you maybe struggle to achieve things, and like your vision may be so perfect and you're so focused, but you can't quite reach there. So there is very much an opportunity to take a step back, to examine relationships, to talk honestly about things, avoid attacking, avoid fighting with people, and try to stay high-minded. And if you want more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. If you are a Taurus rising, Mars in your 4th house opposes Pluto in the 10th house. So here we're dealing with energy of home, family, and living situation. Maybe your desire to be at home, your desire to connect with family, and Pluto in the 10th as like a dark boss who just tries to get you to do things, or a difficult work project, or even some kind of client or some type of like toxic situation that affects your peace of mind. I can see this as fights with bosses. I can see this as disagreements with authority figures, who could be like even your parents, right? Difficult work situations that cause you to retreat and figure out what you're trying to pursue, and maybe take a step back and like rethink your professional goals and professional ambitions. And if you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For the Gemini rising, Mars in the 3rd house opposes Pluto in the 9th. This feels like an ideological issue. It feels like you're fighting with your teacher over how many periods to put at the end of the sentence, or how many spaces to put after a period. Or you're getting involved in some kind of political, religious debate that maybe is costing you more. So be vigilant, be mindful. On the positive, I like this for educational pursuits. I like this for writing projects. I like this as like intensity around following your dreams and, applying for things. Like you can be quite passionate around this time, and sort of driven to improve your knowledge, to invest in your hobbies, to communicate your belief. But make sure you're not doing it to people who don't want to hear it, right? Like don't express too much energy trying to tell people things that they don't want to hear. Like don't upset yourself. And as always, for more guidance, book a reading on my website, anastasiadoesastrology.com. If you are a Cancer rising, Mars in your 2nd house opposes Pluto in the 8th. Fights about money. Very likely. Power struggles around who gives what to whom, right? A partner saying something to you that affects you. Maybe they're being indirect. Discovering some type of secret around your partner's spending, finding out you have a debt that maybe makes you really upset, finding out that the partner is like gambling. There might be some kind of secrets around money. shadows and sort of overall need to have honest conversations. And as always, look at this as an opportunity to transform yourself. Look at this as an opportunity to get closer to who you are and, you know, what you want. And maybe find a chance to separate your finances or implement better protocols when it comes to money and values and agreements. This could be the time you realize that a situation has reached a point of no return and there's no other option but to sever a connection, let go of a contract, or withdraw and retreat somehow. If you're looking for more guidance, book a reading on my website. I can analyze your natal chart, your relationship, or your year to come. For the lovely Leo rising, Mars in the first house opposes Pluto in the 7th. Reads as a relationship fight, relationship drama, a disagreement, some kind of power struggle. At the very worst, it could be like, well, you know, I don't want to scare people, but like it could be very heated, right? It could be very heated. It's Mars in the first house, you in opposition to Pluto in the house of partnerships. So there could be something, you know, maybe your partner is going through a difficult time and they don't know how to balance their emotions and they bring their stress home and you're trying to figure things out. There might be a sense of finding something about a partner, facing shadows in a relationship. It could be frustrating. Look back at November 3rd when we had this opposition for the first time. It would have been between Cancer and Capricorn, but it still would have been close to your 1st and 7th houses. So try to find a good balance between your goals and your partner's goals. Make sure you're not sacrificing things, because if you do, this might backfire. You may feel more frustrated than happy. And try to find a way to compromise and watch out for sort of throwing things or saying things that may trigger the other person. If you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For Virgo rising, Mars in the 12th house will oppose Pluto in the 6th. And here you're looking at your desire for rest, your desire for creativity, creative freedom, imagination, maybe doing healing work, your desire to get away, versus Pluto in the 6th and maybe more practical things, maybe colleagues who are being aggravating on some level, maybe work situation that is taking you out of your creative bubble, maybe even health. You know, here we're looking at how your mental health affects your physical health and how your physical health affects mental health, and so needing to have a better balance. This could be a very internal crisis, like something that people might not even realize you're going through. And I would recommend that you stay healthy, that you maybe exercise, go for a swim, meditate, journal to express the inner frustration. Or it could be something happens at work, a colleague upsets you, you get a whole bunch of notes on a project you thought you finished, and like, how do you handle stresses, right? How do you handle work drama? If you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For the lovely Libra rising, Mars in the 11th opposes Pluto in the 5th. Conflicts with friends. Similarly to Aries, there could be some tension, some power struggles with friends when it comes to their opinions, when it comes to things they say. There might also be a relationship drama because of your friends. Maybe a partner doesn't like a friend, and so you're having to navigate that. There might be important conversations or truths or fears around relationships, you know, like sort of control issues, power struggles with a partner, a need to talk about your dreams and your vision, a need to discuss matters involving children, a need to heal something, right? Like Pluto in the 5th, it's like raw intimacy, raw truth, raw like truth around your desires, truth around your pleasures. And so a conflict might transpire, and maybe seemingly it's about something small, but in reality it could be an important truth willing to come out, right? Something you need to discuss, like you need to stand up for your pleasure. But it can also bring some drama in relationship with your child or your significant other that you need to examine and transform. Please share if you're feeling this already, and if you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. For Scorpio rising, Mars in the 10th house will oppose Pluto in the 4th. Career versus family. Shadows involving family members, maybe people acting controlling, maybe people trying to guilt trip you into something, and that results in you being frustrated, maybe saying things you will later regret. There could be a home situation that is a little bit sudden and surprising that affects your work life, and so a lot of tension potentially. Watch out for like reacting too dramatically and blaming people, like blaming your family members for calling you home because maybe there isn't real issue, or even if the issue is smaller than they think, it made them scared or something. So like try to find that good balance, try to set better boundaries if those are needed. If you're looking for more guidance, book a reading on my website, anastasiadoesastrology.com. For the beautiful Sagittarius rising, Mars in the 9th house opposes Pluto in the 3rd. So there might be a conflict with the sibling. There might be something happens in your work, something happens. Be careful with this one, like be careful while driving, because 3rd house represents short trips and cars and sort of, things that get you from place A to from point A to point B. So do not rush, move slowly. It could suggest sort of fights with siblings, fights in the neighborhood, fights in the grocery line, somebody like heated words, pokey, dark, challenging words can be exchanged. Pluto in the 3rd feels like that. And Mars in the 9th can be very, very willing to take on a fight for the issue. And so, nothing against standing up for the issue, standing up for the little guy, standing up for yourself, but make sure that you're not gonna hurt yourself in the process. Maybe you don't need to get involved in a car chase with somebody who didn't put their card back at the parking lot or something. So move slowly, right? And watch out for major drama. And if you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. If you are a Capricorn rising, Mars in the 8th will oppose Pluto in the 2nd. Here we're looking at the houses of shared finances, shared values, partners' money, partners' values, and your personal values and your personal finances. And so this opposition can create fights around money. With Pluto in your 2nd house, maybe you feel very strongly about saving and your partner maybe doesn't, or vice versa. Maybe you're facing fears around not having enough. 2nd and 8th can also be about trust, right? Realizing that there is a lack of trust and having to address that. I can sort of see this as a constructive energy if you're directing it towards paying off debts and making money and being sort of, focused and productive, but it could be quite unhealthy if you try to manipulate someone, if you try to try to get things out of people without telling them what you want, or maybe try to be too controlling, domineering. And if there is some kind of financial issue, right, maybe it's an opportunity for you to find a solution instead of blaming others. As always, if you're looking for more guidance, Anastasia Does Astrology, my website is full of readings and products that can help make your life better. For the lovely Aquarius rising, Mars in the 7th house opposes Pluto in the 1st. Tension between relationship house and the house of identity. Pluto is in the 1st, so you could be the one that is consciously or unconsciously stirring drama. Pluto in the 1st could be a sign that you have a strong belief about something and your partner is not supporting it, maybe, or your partner is being dismissive. So try to be understanding, right? If they are always dismissing, maybe it's a sign that you need to examine the relationship, but maybe they're going through something themselves and you don't want to like scream at them without knowing what's happening. There may be some opposition you're facing or some challenges you're dealing with. There may be a need to balance relationships better and perhaps be honest about the future of the relationship. And of course, like, you know, because Pluto is in the first house, it's even more so for you about transforming yourself and being honest with yourself. For more guidance, visit anastasiadoesastrology.com and pick up a reading on there. Finally, if you are a Pisces rising, Mars in the 6th house will oppose Pluto in the 12th. Your physical health and your mental health and how those two are connected. This could be a spiritual crisis, a sense of overwhelm, a sense of being overloaded, and maybe you snap and you like, I don't know, unravel. And of course, if you're feeling so frustrated, this could be an indicator of a bigger issue, but that maybe you need to change your job. Maybe you need to let go of some hours that you're putting in. Maybe you need to commit to taking better care of yourself. There may be secret enemies, and with the 12th house, 99.9% of the time, the secret enemy is you yourself. So this could reveal some type of self-defeating, unhealthy tendency that you're needing to work through, and encourage you to face shadows that can, you know, face shadows, face your blind spots, face your mental blocks, commit to taking better care of yourself, make that therapy appointment, and work on healing. If you're looking for more guidance, book a reading at anastasiadoesastrology.com. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope your year got started really well, or you've had a happy Christmas. I hope you're enjoying your week, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye.